Hi guys, I'm Tim, an account manager at Contract Share Co. If you're working on multiple interior design projects, then we've got a tool designed specifically for you. It's called Projects, and I'm going to show you how it can make your life much easier when specifying products. In this video, I'll show you how to set up a project, add and organize products, collaborate with your team, and export everything. Personally, I just find it really handy for streamlining the whole quoting process and just allowing for more customization with our products. Okay, great. So let's get things started. So first, you want to make sure you're logged in. If you don't have an account, you want to click login and sign up when you get through to that section. So once you're logged in, you want to go over to the folder icon over here, and you'll see the option to create a new project. And you could name it whatever you want, venue, maybe the client's name, but for this instance, we'll just call it project. Cool, create project, and then that'll take you into the projects window. So the furniture in your projects can be organized into different groups. Your first group, furniture, is already here. It'll automatically always be created for you. You can choose to rename it, or you can start adding additional groups to the project. So in this case, let's rename this to tables. And then you'll see an option above that to add a group. Let's do that. And we'll call that one chairs. Create group. Okay, great. Let's get to the fun part, adding products to your project. You can do this directly from your project by clicking add product, which is up here, or you can go into the individual groups that you have, and there's also an add product option there. Once you're in this section, you have two options. So you can search by product name if you know the product you're looking for, or you can go into an actual product category, so dining chairs. In this case, we'll go for the Roma A armchair. We'll add that directly to the product. Now, there are two ways you can add products. You can quickly add them without specifying finishes and quantities and edit them later on the product page, or you can open the product page and personalize the product, which we'll do here. Go into the Felina W side chair. We'll change the frame material to ash, choose a stain, choose this one here. And then for the upholstery, we'll go into a price category B leather, and we'll change the glides from plastic to felt. So we'll add that to the project. Now let's get back to the product that we added through the quick route and edit the specifications in the project. So we'll click edit here. We'll change the upholstery here. So we'll change this to category B leather, save, change the glides to felt. And again, we'll just choose a random stain. We'll go for cherry and we'll save that there. If you've got a pro account, you'll see an add alternative button on every product in your project. So we've got two here. This lets you add an alternative option without inflating the project's total value, maybe with a different cost, style, or lead time. Let's add an alternative to the Roma A armchair. So click that. Go for the Aura armchair. As you can see, it now appears below the main product in the project, but the project total remains the same. When you click on Pick as Main, the items will be swapped out and the price will update automatically. If a product you want isn't on our site, pro users can also use the Add Product Request feature, which you can see here. So we'll click on that. And as you can see, it gives you the options to product name, reference, manufacturer. You can change the quantity and upload a photo too. So then we can work from that, find the exact product or find an alternative that would suit. Okay, let's talk organization. Details matter, especially when you're working on large scale projects. As we've discussed already, you can create multiple groups. You can drag and drop your groups so they're laid out in the sequence you prefer. So drag the full group of chairs below the tables group. And then you can also reorder within the group. Let's move the character oak top above the accent dining table. In this field, you can also see the option to add a reference. So we could put TB01 with this being a tabletop. And so that you know the base is with that, we can also put TB01. And you can add notes, which is great for team collaboration and adds extra context to a product. Or it could be a question to our team whether a certain product can be customized in a certain way. Now that your project is ready, we're ready to talk about delivery options. Every project needs to be delivered, and when it comes to large items like furniture, it can be a significant part of the cost. At the bottom of your project screen, you'll see the delivery options. We offer the option to either have the furniture delivered to your site or collect it free of charge from our warehouse. You can get delivery price instantly, or at least up to certain order sizes. For very large orders, our team will calculate the cost for you, as certain options may not be available. For this project, we'll choose pallet drop-off. We'll add that to the project. And now you'll see the cost added to the bottom left-hand side of the project screen. If you change product selection after this point in your project, your delivery quote will expire and you will need to update it. When you're happy with your furniture specification, you've got a few powerful tools to move things forward. Share your project with a colleague or the rest of your team. When you click on share, you can enter the recipient's email address, assign permissions to view or edit, and click share. Exporting is another powerful option reserved for the pro users. Whether it's an internal workshop with your team or client presentation, you might need to export your project. Product presentation lets you export 2 or 4 products per page in PDF or PowerPoint. Another popular export format is the one most familiar to professional designers, a schedule. It defaults to a handy Excel format, but you can also export it as a PDF. And lastly, if your focus is on cost, you can export your project as an eQuote PDF. If you ask me, this is the most helpful feature. The simplicity of exporting a project and sharing it with customers for comment via email, or saving you hours of manually pulling together a deck, it really does help. Alright, so we've created our project, added products, shared it with clients and our team, and chosen the delivery method. So what's next? You're ready to request a quotation. Of course, you can see the running total and lead time at the bottom of the screen. So why would someone need to request a quote? There are a few reasons that I'll cover in a moment, but let's start with the main one. We are not an e-commerce company, and we don't process orders without human interaction. The final step you can take on each project is request a quotation. That's where we get involved. One of our project managers will review your project, fill in any blanks, cross the T's and dot the I's, and get back to you with questions or a formal quotation for your order. Prices on our website are dynamic, but once we send you a quote, the price is locked in for 30 days. In the background, we will review your comments and customization requests and quote for these manually, and it may impact the cost. Some of the products in your project may be POA, so we'll get the cost of these over to you. And last but not least, when you send the request for quotation, our project managers can find ways to save you money on your project. For instance, we may be able to combine deliveries for various factories or find other under-the-bonnet tweaks. Our goal is to get back to you as quickly as possible with a quote and full information, which will ultimately add value to your project and prevent issues down the line. So, we know you guys are busy juggling lots of projects at the same time. You can keep on top of everything in your workspace. Think of this as your main client dashboard. Here you can see all of your projects, any projects that have been shared with you, and any quotations that have been received through the platform. And that's it, a full walkthrough of our projects tool. Whether you're designing one venue or multiple, Projects helps you stay organised, collaborate more easily, and present professionally. If you haven't tried it yet, head over to contractshare.co.uk, log in, and give it a go.